And welcome to Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction here on the Games Tavern, only on YouTube. That was pretty cool. Actually, I did a pretty decent job on that. I'll just pat myself on the back and break my own arm doing so. There we go. So good to be with all of you guys again around the table, virtually. And thanks to our tech goblin in the background, who's going to do some amazing work today with our sound. So, and all the other fun stuff that works in the background. In the meantime, are any of you guys going to Dragon's Concord this weekend?
Oh, this weekend? Yeah, I was supposed to
This
go
weekend?
tomorrow, but that's not happening. But I will be there Saturday.
Saturday. Woo! All right. So, Dragon's Concord, Northern Virginia, Fairfax, I think. Chantilly,
Fairfax.
Fairfax. Yeah, it's Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Be sure and check it out. I forget, what town it's in. I know how to get there. I just don't remember the town. Check it out. It's a great place. They got a lot of themed rooms for playing your TTRPGs. Sci-fi room, fantasy rooms. What are some of the other rooms that they got there? Alex might know. Mike might know.
We got some fun rooms. We got the speakeasy, we got the fantasy room, we got the sci-fi room, and we have a bunch of open tables too that you can rent out as well.
That's right. So check it out when you get a chance. Our friends there run the place, and they're very kind and very awesome and very welcoming. So check it out. And you can find that on, I think it's dragonsconcord.com, right?
Yeah, and you can schedule all your games there now. They just started that, so.
Oh, you can get them scheduled. All right. So it is Veterans Day weekend this weekend, and I just want to say thank you for your service. If you served, no matter what capacity you served in, whether it was wartime, peacetime, or otherwise, you served, you stepped up. We really appreciate you standing on that wall. I think a lot of people here have been touched by veterans, or we are them. So, and I just really appreciate everybody who's stepped on that wall or supported those people. So really appreciate it. And then finally, do we have any other announcements that I'm missing? No. All right. Well, in that case, can I get a kickoff of some ambiance in the city of the lightless dawn? There we go. There it is. Beautiful ambiance there. Where we last left off, the party had just conversed with a group of dwarves, feral dwarves at that. Dwarves that had been there a long time, but had lost a lot of their knowledge and ways. Extremely pale from lack of sun in this area that they live. They eke out an existence during what could be called the pitiful, almost lightless days, and at night cower in their stone abodes. Finally invoking a conversation as they live in the old giant city. A conversation was had where they described a few things, but where the party really landed on was a mention of the pale. What was the term that got used? The pale figure?
Pale one, I think.
The pale one, right? Which strangely sounded a little less than stellar, a little bit scary, but also happened to be seen in the proximity of another area that you guys discovered about the monoliths from your research as well. And just before all of that, Turja and Vale all had a nifty montage going through both Vale's book and Turja's, or Vale's book from his father and mother, and Turja's book from her, I should say, patron Sahir at the Temple of Agma. And between the two of them, they discovered so many cool things about the Null Stone, Null magics, the various different materials, and what these different large discs that they had and how they worked. As well as Pyrrhus the Great, a former giant master or emperor of fire giants in this area, who became Pyrrhus the Fallen after attempting to strike a deal for immortality. Struck down by the war master Promethicos and several high priests of Anum, but at great cost is all they were able to figure out. From there, the party has gathered once again and is making decisions on what to do next.
Ooh.
So,
Bum, bum, bum.
as you stand outside the building, realizing that the monolith is in the northwest area across the river, and that's also next to the entrance into one of the cavern-like massive complexes built into the wall of the cliff face where the pale figure was last seen.
So were there two possible monoliths? The one that's just kind of north of where we're at, and then one across the river?
No,
I don't
the only...
know about any monolith north of where you're at.
Okay. Well, there's that like building that's kind of diamond shaped with the encircling.
That is a
buildings
building.
around it. Okay.
If you want to go explore that area and discover if there's a monolith there as well, feel free to. There's all sorts of stuff to be found in different places. However, I believe the building they were talking about is this other one right up here, which is similar in its curving architecture and large palatial estate that can be seen from across the way, overlooking a great deal of the area.
I mean,
No.
we could always head north, check out the one on the way, and then try and cross the river to get close to the one we were told about.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And it was the northwest as well that they mentioned, the dwarves mentioned there was the sighting of the pale one, right?
Northeast.
East, okay.
Yeah, northeast was where sorry if I said northwest before, I'm sorry. I meant northeast. So they saw the monolith here, and I think something you said saw that, and then they mentioned that the pale one had come out last, like a 10-day ago or a few days ago, right here.
Yes, let's go north and see what's up there. And then as long as we don't see any more glowing statues, yes.
Probably should avoid those.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have really big gems in them, right?
I think we've gotten enough.
It was kind of fun too, but I hear you. I hear you, Tertia. Avoid the scary glowing statues. Got it.
What do you think about trying to draw out anything vampiric around here? Us.
Draw out the vampires? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're sleeping. Let them lie.
Well, I did promise the dwarves that we would kill the one that was here now, but we don't have to actually do that. That was just to get us out of there without them trying to kill you.
Well, I mean, you did promise, but you didn't promise when. We could come back later and do it.
I mean, if you like living history, I mean, assuming it was created a long time ago, I mean, maybe it's something you'd want to talk to.
Assuming it talks.
Only one way to find out. I pull out a dagger. I'm like, you know what vampires like.
You're going to cut yourself in the hopes of drawing it out? Because you're
What?
certainly not going to
Yes.
cut me.
I mean, are you volunteering?
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll do myself.
No.
Are you going to cut yourself right now from all
Would
the way
your blood
back
even
here?
work?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that something like cannibalism?
Okay. How are you doing this?
Left arm on the outside, nice sort of like, one damage point wound that has a little bit of a slow drip going.
I quickly grab bandages, hold pressure.
You take 1 point of damage that you cannot heal until you decide that you are no longer bleeding.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So you decide it's a mental game.
Well, kinda.
He just slowly keeps like poking himself open until he decides that he doesn't want to anymore.
Nope, not enough drip. Scrape.
Yeah.
Whatever he needs to do. All right. Fair enough. So you start doing that.
I scoot away from him. Ugh. Not for me.
which way would you guys like to move?
Away
North.
from Vale.
I meant as a party.
To northward, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
North,
To the ring.
northeast-ish.
You shoot straight up north, and you get to what appears to be a large circular set of stone buildings. Glancing in, I'm gonna make this relatively easy. Checking through the book, your father and mother surmised that this was probably both an artist's location as well as a market location that people would go to buy and sell their wares. That's based on both the decorative frescoes and some of the various different things that were inscribed into the stonework there, as well as the shape of the market was just, or the space just seemed to lend itself to market activity. Moving around that and moving further north, you get to an area where the stones themselves are not worn away, but there is water that is just slushing across over the top. And at first you almost slipped on it because, let's face it, this stone absorbs almost all light. So the only way you could tell it was wet is you almost slipped, and then you reached down and touched, and you could feel the wetness as about a 1 or 2 inch thick layer of water just pours across. As you get a little closer, you hear the water falling down and moving towards the large canal that is in the middle of this village or city.
Question. Does the stone look worn away by the water? Like, is there
It's
a slight
not.
channel? Okay.
Not in the least. That's the key point. It's not moving between grooves of the stones per se. It's just running over it, making it quite slick. And it's moving at a pretty good pace. From there, go ahead.
Is it difficult to cross?
It is. You do make it across. In this situation, you guys all work together. You had plenty of time to do so. There was no pressure. And you managed to do so relatively quickly. Your choice now, when you get to the end of this particular building here, is you see a statue. Before you cross around, you do glance. You're not a dumb party. You glance. You see a statue at the top of what appears to be a stairway down, and you see another pathway further forward. Based on the map that you have drawn out by your mother and father in your book, Vale, there isn't much information in this area. They didn't really go past the water, it looks like. They drew some pictures, but that's about it.
Does the statue appear to be glowing like the one we thought?
It does not.
It's probably all right then.
Should get out your biggest cloak just to make sure. Nothing. Okay, nothing.
Good try.
Do we want to try the stairs here, or
This statue's not glowing. Let's try here.
I mean, worst case, we have another giant gem.
Okay. So, how do you plan on approaching the stairway by the giant? Or do you want to approach the giant? What do you want to do? Luciano, what were you saying?
I said that's the worst case is we get to the gym. I feel like there's definitely worse.
Let's stay close to the edge of the building.
I think we should rush it and treat it like it is going to come alive and just go to town on the ankles.
Or we could just not have it come alive at all.
Stealth might be commendable here.
Sure.
And her.
I'm with the priest.
We can always rush it later, though, if that makes you feel better.
Vale, I just don't want to do that again. I'm sorry. It was hard.
All right.
Also, in this case, I hope I don't have. Maybe Tertia can help Vale be stealthy, so that he can roll with not disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Clink.
Y'all's call. How
That's
do you
my
want-
favorite.
How do you hope to make him? Oh, well, he's already rolled, so we're doing this.
Well,
All
now the
right.
question is,
So you guys get
disadvantage?
to the stairway. Roll your stealth checks.
A lot of 13s here.
I accidentally
lot.
rolled sleight of hand, but it's the same thing as stealth. So
Okay. You guys make it to the stairway.
I argue with Turja about the best way to make me silent based on a book that I read.
mm,
No, you've got it wrong.
yeah.
Some things you can't learn from a book, Vale.
Do you know what another way to be stealthy is? A good way to be stealthy? Not talking.
What?
So you guys get to the top of the stairs, and nothing happens. You can see down, and strangely, what time is it? It's in the evening. The light that was there at high sun has faded away, but you do see a few plants growing from the edge of the canal and on tops of some of the buildings where they've just grown. Either the seeds have fallen from above, and the light that hits here is just enough to allow it to eke out an existence. You're going down the stairs?
Yes.
I need everyone to roll initiative. No, I'm kidding. You guys are all good. You get down the stairs. You make it to the intersection here. It's a big intersection. Massive buildings, some of which go into the cliff face behind you that the stairs went down, and more stone pavers with beautiful mortared stone right to every direction.
When we're not moving, like, what's the general sound ambiance? Is there dripping water or drums?
No, it's just quiet. Like you have occasionally you'll hear something above, because remember you're really far down in a ravine, and the roots have literally grown up over a lot of this, and that ravine already didn't get much light. Now with the roots overgrowing in many areas, it's just covered up so much. That said, occasionally you'll hear birds flocking to and from, bats flitting around through this area because it's a great place to hang out. But it's eerily quiet otherwise, except for the occasional flow of water from the canal.
Okay.
North or south?
On the map or where we were at, do we know there's two bridges? Kind of
Yeah.
north and south?
Oh yeah, but you already crossed water to get to this far.
Let's go north. The obelisk is northeast.
If you go south, you'll be crossing water again, but it's perfectly viable.
I'm good with north.
All right. Do you want to go north right now, or do you want to go forward in the north? And by
It's at
forward,
the-
I mean further east. Just go north?
Just go
Perhaps
north.
All right, I love simple. Everybody roll a perception check real quick.
Woohoo!
If I rolled a 6, but my passive is a 13, can I take 13?
Yes.
13.
Okay. You can always take your passive as your floor, is how I'm gonna work with that. Okay. All righty. I mean, you start to hear the water get a little closer, and you see the bridge. It is a large bridge. It is not a perfect arch, but it is bowed. There are, at the two supports on each side, you see what appears to be large statues of giants holding up the bridge itself, carved into it beautifully from that stone that sheds no light.
But they're not glowing.
They don't appear to be.
Okay.
Onwards!
Okay. Crossing the bridge, You notice
Blink,
that
blink, blink, blink.
there are vines and all sorts of things in the water. The water is almost blue-green as it passes through when you glance at it with a little bit of light that you have.
Blue green in
you
like
guys-
a fun way or in like the water's gross way?
In a fun way.
Okay.
Okay. At least, I mean, plenty of water that's
Would Luciano think it's fun or
plenty of water that's
Rafe
absolutely
think it's
toxic is
fun?
gorgeous. I'm just going to say. That said, you cross over, you feel a bit of humidity hit you briefly while you cross the bridge, and then once you've gotten to the other side, it's then gone again. At this point, you have now crossed to the other side. You are on the level that is the exact same height as the level you just came from for all intents and purposes. But one of the other things you noticed as you crossed the bridge was there was a whole bunch of what appeared to be destroyed buildings, stone, but not made of the same stone that these other buildings were made of. But now you're on the other side, and it's all good.
When we
What?
cross, what does it look like when you look up?
You can see like open air that goes all the way up. You could theoretically fly straight up and be good right underneath over this particular bridge. It's right where the opening is.
What did the other stone look like?
It looked brown, red, various different shades of that. None of the black kind of stone that everything else had.
I wonder what those other buildings are there for, the ones that aren't black.
How are
Probably
you
a lit-
lighting your space now? Are you carrying torches, drift globes, light spells, burning those up? What are we doing here?
We have dancing
we-
lights.
I mean, I've got a drift globe if we want that. Plus, we had the bullseye lantern with a continual flame, I believe.
Dark
Stuff
vision,
like Arlo.
dark vision, dark vision, dark vision.
So dark vision until we need light.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
should-
I don't want to waste my dark vision unless I really need like dark vision, not just light, like in combat or something. So I have my dancing lights out.
That's fair.
All the little bulbs of dancing light flicker in the yellow golden color out and around you and your friends, lighting your way. Okay, and also lighting all of you up. So as you get here, you check the map. There is a stairway to the north and a stairway to the south. There appears to be the silhouettes of statues on both.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell that there's like the big building that has the obelisk inside? Not that it's an obelisk, but that it's
You
sort of
can't
like
tell
a
anything from here except that it's a beautiful palatial-like estate.
Okay, but it looks like a prominent structure.
Yes, on the top of the cliff overlooking you.
Yeah, but can we see the stairs to the south of it?
Yes.
And I go for
And you
those
can also
stairs.
see that on the map.
I'm making sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then I say let's go for those stairs. They look closer to the building.
Which
We get it.
these stairs?
No, to the south. You see them? These stairs here.
Makes sense to me.
Stairs are stairs, I guess. Yeah.
If we get a
Still
bad
like
feeling,
really concerned about Vale dripping blood everywhere.
Sim, can you make a survival check for me? Real
I
quick?
would love to.
Mhm.
How about a natural
Nice.
20?
So, one of the first things you pick up, Sim, is that they're amongst the debris, because there is stuff on top of some of these pavers. Like there's leaves from above that have fallen and rotted down. I mean, like these stones are not perfectly clean. No one is cleaning them per se, right? But amongst them, you see tracks. Now, some are obviously from the dwarves who've run through,
Mm-hmm.
but those are actually hard to pick up. But there is a set of tracks that is consistent. Elven to human sized, not major, and a 22, a natural 20. I'm going to tell you that you can't tell the weight because of the stone, but you can tell that the shoes They may or may not have been wearing shoes. It's kind of tough to tell.
Okay. Hey, everybody, wait a second. Someone may or may not have been wearing shoes.
I look down. It's me. It was me.
Well, you were, weren't you?
Well, hang on, watch this. I want to touch the track since it seems like it's cohesive enough. And I want to use, I'm touching it with my bark hand, right? And there's a little faint glow that hits off of it, and I'm casting Illuminate Spore. The set of tracks and all other tracks made by the same creature give off a faint glow. You and up to 3 creatures you designate when you cast a spell can see the glow. So we'll go ahead and give that to Vale, to Terja, and we'll give it to Rafe. Lucy seems a little worried about finding stuff.
So Rafe can't see this, but the rest of you see a set of tracks begin to in the distance, and they're walking away from you and up the stairs to the south, and then out of view from even you can't see through walls to see the tracks, but you see them hit the stairs, and that's about it.
I say we followed those. I can't promise it's the person who may or may not be wearing shoes, but at least it's a good lead.
I'm very confused. What?
Don't worry about it, Lucy. You're fine. You're great. You're perfect the way you are.
This isn't a funny joke, guys.
And there's nothing for you to see, Lucy. You're fine.
And I go back to blinking.
Yeah, I'm with you. Makes sense. Good find.
I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but
It's fine.
it's fine.
Right. So you guys make your way to the southern stairs?
Are all these steps on the ground, or do any of them go up walls?
No. However, as you get to the stairs, you do see what appears to be fresh blood.
Footprints can't go up walls, Vale.
Really?
So, as I mentioned, you see a spattering of blood at the foot of the stairs, and a little bit of a trail, like something was dragged up the stairs.
I lean in close but don't touch anything and sort of try to see what I can figure out about where the blood might have come from.
Something was put down.
Well, that can't possibly be good.
I don't feel like we're going too far out on a limb to say that is probably dwarf blood.
Most likely.
Anyone want to make a survival check to try to figure out the type of blood? Although the DC will be high.
Yes.
I can't see blood, right?
Okay.
If you give me a moment, I might be able to help.
Okay, yeah, sure. Take your time.
Okay.
My method was going to be to taste it, so.
I reach in and grab a piece of paper from I fold out a little vulture and create a animated paper vulture that then posts up next to the paper and helps you because it has a keen sight and smell, and it knows about dead bodies. So
Cool.
How does it communicate back to you?
That is a good question here. Ooh, wow.
And I have just been informed by the tech goblin that Vale has received Relentless from Perron 24, which gives him what again? A reroll on their next initiative roll. And he just played a second one for Cimmerine. Okay.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to put a note here. Relentless. Sim and Vale.
So Paper Vulture will follow my command. So if I tell it to assist Sim in identifying, you can ask it very simple questions. It can maybe bob its head if you think it's something, kind of a yes or no.
I got a better idea. All right. So it goes up to the blood, and you see this paper-like object.
It's a medium-sized vulture. It got
a medium-sized, this medium-sized paper vulture. Go up, and And the only reason I'm doing this is I wanted to make sure it wasn't something that the spell didn't already do. And it samples at the thing and then it starts breaking apart, right? And then it folds itself back into the shape of something that looks like a really weird looking pig with a long, almost trunk-like snout. And then you see it just fall down into the blood itself.
I gotta say, that was a little unexpected, but
Does that mean the blood is poisoned?
no, I think it was like a pig-like creature with a snout, but Sim, feel free to do your
almost
thing.
elephant-like snout. It wiggles around loosely.
So, okay. I can still do my thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My thing's weird.
It is, but like it's kind of cute. I don't know. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna try throwing a vulture at somebody next time. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I got a 15.
A 15. Well, you reach down and you taste a little.
Mm-hmm.
And Luciano sees this, and he also does this because he rolled a 4.
Conferring together.
Because he rolled in the first place, he has to do something now. So he tastes 2. Luciano, it tastes foul. Like to you, it's like...
Yeah, I get like the very crucial.
You've done similar things for tracking, but you don't get sick like Luciano does. That being said, it's not something you've tasted before. At least not the blood of.
Maybe don't do things that are not in your area of expertise, Luciano.
Do you think your werewolf would be better?
What? And I'm like very much trying to like hold it.
No werewolving. We don't want no, just no.
I do not recommend that. There are things you should not be licking in this jungle.
I'll lick what I want to lick.
Yeah, you can't tell us what
As
to
I
do.
like.
Yeah, next thing I know, you're gonna be licking frogs too, right?
Was frogs to lick?
We can always give him one of the frogs.
Oh,
we
they are
collected,
very
boss.
sweet tasting. Yes,
Remember they told us not to lick the frogs.
I did. Don't do that.
I look for frogs.
Luciano, of course, will do anything I tell him not to. Which is what is one of the joyful traits of Luciano.
And Bart kind of sits back and
Maybe we should move the stairs before Luciano does actually find some frogs.
Yeah, why is... Hold on a second here, guys. Hold on a sec.
something happened with your characters, and they all went all over the place. I'm not sure what happened.
You.
We're back. Hey.
So as you're all now standing at the bottom of the stairs, a few drops here and there go up the stairs. What are you doing now?
Well, the
You've licked,
statue's
you've
not
tasted,
glowing,
you've
is it?
sampled, you've magicked.
I'll rescue Paper Vulture and get the
All right.
blood
So
off
you
and
pick,
prep
you
it.
pluck it off, and it refolds into a vulture automatically for you.
I'll just kind of comfort it a little bit as it cops a squat on my shoulder and
It beaks up and gets a squat, and now it's just looking around. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool too.
hey, don't worry, buddy. There's gonna be corpses soon.
Anything else you want to do before you go up the stairs?
I think so. Follow the tracks. That's what we're doing.
All right. So, stone statue up top. I need everyone to roll a perception check.
Damn.
So, Turja, Rafe, Luciano.
13.
All right. The statue isn't glowing.
Nice. I cautiously shift, like, without losing gaze. I'm just kind of like, as we go around it.
At the top of the stairs, just a few feet in, you see what appears to be the carcass of what would be described as a tapir, which you had some tapir steaks before, but you never really got a good look at how that is. It appears to have been just shredded from the neck down and drained of everything that it had.
Vale, did you do that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Vale.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Are you saying that you could have done it without knowing it? I give him this dubious look like, what are you running around doing when you're asleep, man?
He doesn't sleep.
There's a reason he doesn't sleep.
There also happens to be the entrance to the estate.
Where do the tracks go?
The tracks go back into, well, they move away into the east, and they kind of start to fade away as they get near the large triumphal arch that is that location to the east.
So the tracks don't circle around the taper corpse?
I mean, they're standing around it, and then they walk away.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what happened here. Let's look at where this obelisk is.
I go to Rafe to ask Rafe, do you actually see something, or are they messing with me?
Yes, but it's really not that important right now.
That's what you can see it. And I kind of like sulk.
Okay. As you're stepping through the gates there, what you do notice is that, interestingly enough, in addition to the black stone that all of this is made out of, you see planters made of that same black stone, but within appear to be large, bright, clear crystalline structures that come out of the earth themselves. Sharp, thorny, in the shape of roses, flowers, but with thorns on every vine, every piece.
Is this a
almost
knife tree?
glass-like?
Knife tree.
Don't touch those.
No. I'm gonna go touch one because
Of course you are.
Touch one.
it looks freaking amazing.
Where all knives are born.
So when you say you touch one, like, what do you mean?
So are there green leaves and then like the crystalline structure, or it's all
There's
crystal?
no leaves that are green. Everything is crystalline, almost glass-like. Sharp, thorny ridges run along the vines and the leaves, and then they're topped along various different places are beautiful flower-like.
So
Made of glass or crystal, whatever they are.
I look back at the taper corpse and vulture, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, bring that bad boy here."
The vulture is not going to be able to pick up a taper.
Okay, well,
It's the size of a big hog.
uh,
Okay, yeah.
stand aside, buddy. I'm gonna pick up the remains of the corpse
Uh-huh.
and toss it onto some of those dagger flowers.
Okay. You toss it on. I mean, it doesn't even do anything to them. They don't break, they don't do anything. And it shreds as it falls off. And as it shreds, you see little droplets of blood hit the crystals and they suck into the flower, and you start to see the vines and thorns become red, but it doesn't just stop there. Any blood left over, anything, which there wasn't much, you see literally pull from the body into this. And then it's done. There's nothing left.
All right. Well, I'm going to update the book, the journal entry, with that bit of knowledge.
How did I know that would happen? How? At least you didn't touch it yourself.
Should I?
No!
I look to Vale.
I kind of want a flower.
What if it does that to you? What if it sucks out little blood?
I probably also got all of his blood.
I'll give you some.
Is there like a spiky piece that looks like it could be like glaved off and made into a head?
You can certainly try, but there's no piece that's like It's the size of like at 2 inches long, where all the spines are, like for the thorns and stuff like that. But
So you're saying arrowheads, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
arrowheads, punch daggers, whatever you want to do with them. I mean, like if you think you can break it, yeah.
Are you
Did
strong
try to
enough?
break one? Because the taper body just got dumped on, which is a few hundred pounds, and thump, it fell right off and
Glaive.
shredded itself on the way out.
Magic glaive.
All right, go to town.
Ping! What do you want? Attack roll? Or?
I want you to roll your best attack roll.
Oh, you want his best one?
That's pretty much what he's going to have to do to find out what happens, which is, yeah, bang, bounces right off.
All right. Well, I do normally get 2 attacks, so I'm just going to,
Go
on the
for it.
return swing, and then call it a day. Oh, God.
Ping! Same thing. The glaive did not penetrate anything, and if anything, you felt your hands rattle when you struck it. Even though they look delicate as can be, they are far from it.
I take a shot.
Maybe sing to it. It's crystal, right? Maybe it resonates.
That's an option.
Let's go find the obelisk. Let's just find the obelisk.
Well, you look to your left, and there is a giant stone monolith right
Is
there.
it glowing?
No,
Why? What is the glowing thing in the center of the courtyard?
that is a map trick.
Oh, okay.
So, I did want to ask. Can I shoot at the glass tree?
Who are you asking, me or them?
You.
The party.
No, you, the DM.
Well, you just tell me what you're doing within reason. You know,
I'm gonna curse
yes, you
at it in
absolutely
my-
can. So
curse
how
at
do
it in
you
my
do this?
people.
You just kind of see him do that, and then you pull out something and shoot at it?
Work. So I'm like, you know what? I want to try something. I got these new powers. We'll see what we can do with them. While powering myself up with some negative emotions of unresolved and pent up, needing therapy type memories,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast. Not very well, but I Eldritch Blast.
You bring out your fingers and you unlimited power, and it just nothing.
Damn. And I look to Vale. Sorry, bud.
Hey, that stuff's tough, you know?
That was cool though.
Yeah, good try.
Neat powers, buddy.
Something's good's got to come out of Devil Deals, right?
You get to channel all that homeschooling like into attacks and stuff?
Yeah.
Mind you, a thorn this long on giant crystalline roses looks correct. But remember, these flowers are ginormous. So, seeing the monolith there in the courtyard, do you want to check anything else about this area before you go mess with it, or you're straight to the monolith? It's perfectly fine if you want to go straight to the monolith. I just want to make sure that you guys are taking it all in. Like, you're now standing in a large courtyard. There are many peaked roofs connected in a semicircle to a larger estate that has a tower on the side, and it is massive in size and scale. The walled fence, or the walled area that carries it in, this is a place of some merit to somebody. What its purpose is, you're not entirely sure, but this is where a monolith definitely is that looks very much like the one in Nightstone, but not exactly like the one in Nightstone. The one in Nightstone was pointed. This one is flat at the top. It's still a monolith. Smooth on every
Let's go look
side.
at the monolith.
You don't
I
want
can
to
see
do
it
a
from
sweep
here.
through the villa, make sure nobody's inside?
I want to do that too, but I want to see the monolith first.
I don't really want to see the model. I'll watch from here.
I got your back. Let's do it.
Okay.
You guys got this. Give them encouraging words.
I'll flank
So you
through.
step up to the monolith. All right. It is large. It is dark. It is, absorbing all light, just like the one in Nightstone did, just like all the buildings around you are.
Is there anything like written on it or anything like that?
Nope, smooth stone.
Is there a dent anywhere on it for like
Nope.
for a key?
Just like the one in Nightstone, no divots, no dents, no none of that.
You said the top was flat?
It is, but it's also like at the very top because it tapers up, maybe a foot across, whereas the other one was wider and then had a point, kind of like the Washington Monument would. Not as big as the monument, obviously, but very much so.
Do I recall anything from the Sahir's book or Vale's parents' stuff about what the difference might be between the two monoliths?
No, just the various monoliths were built by different giants. They don't always look the same.
Is there supposed to be like a keyhole on top or something?
I mean, you can attempt to climb it and find out.
That seems fairly safe since it's activated with a key.
I believe in you.
All right, I'll touch the monolith.
You touch it?
Yeah.
Nothing happens. It's cool stone.
All right. I'll spider climb to the top.
Okay. You spider climb to the top and you see the 1 foot by 1 foot square flat top. And it's a flat, smooth top.
Nothing up here. I'll jump back down.
It's more like slide. Beautiful.
I got the ring of feather falling on, so I'm just gonna jump and like.
Okay.
Well, you're just
You watch him like
master of the
slow-mo
heights,
on the
aren't
way
you?
down. Boom.
So cool. Well, I'm team put the key in, see what happens.
We already know what happens when you put the key in.
No, this is a different one.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
different.
but one of the settings that we read about was Final Solution and 500 Niles of Crater. I prefer not to find out the hard way that this one does that.
Then why did we come here?
Yeah.
To see what we could find out.
Let's find out.
Without killing ourselves and everything around us for hundreds of miles.
But do we know that they actually match up? Shouldn't we like press the key to it or something?
I suppose we can at least take out the key and see if they work. But no turning the key, it's too dangerous.
No key turning. No key turning.
Which I know, of course, Val is going to immediately interpret as turn the key to 5.
Hey, not to 5, okay? Look, I enjoy the thing that I do, which is live in, and but what if we needed to destroy the city so it didn't fall into anyone else's hands?
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, if we come to it, and pray we never come to it, ever.
Lame.
What was setting 1 again?
All
flight?
teleports and divination magic 500 Niles stops working.
That one we should probably turn on.
Let's just keep it on 0 at first and see what happens.
So who's putting the key on?
Are you the keymaster?
Who has the key?
Val has it.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I will hold it up to the monolith.
Anyone else have any commentary they want to add to this?
Hurry up, Vale.
I kick it.
Big ol' thumbs up.
What is this supposed to do now? I do not understand.
You think it stops magic from working?
Oh, that's powerful. So Vale, you take the key out, and what do?
Wait,
Or
it's
the disc out, the large disc.
Yeah,
Isn't Vale using magic?
in lieu of not having a place that seems like it would fit into, I just kind of like press it up to it. Do your thing.
You press it up to the slide, to the bottom.
Yeah.
And you see it shoot 8 feet up. Spin in place a few times, and then you see different blue settings.
Like 5 blue settings?
Like 6.
Oh.
0 is
Zero.
off.
The icon symbol of the crown show on the disc, with the top most point on the crown straight up.
So seeing that these are icons, obviously not giant numbers.
That glows from within the stone itself.
I don't think this is the end of the world setting one. Look at that icon of royalty, right?
No, that's the disc.
No, that's the icon
that's the
of
disc.
the key.
Yeah. The crown point points to an icon that's got some runes up there. Flipping through some basic number stuff, it looks like it's the number 0.
Oh.
Considering what could happen if we turn it to 5, let's just assume all of them are the world-destroying monoliths unless we explicitly know otherwise.
The other numbers appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And perfect circle. And then it goes back to 0.
Hey, Sim, can you hear me? Hey, that spell you cast, what type of magic is it?
And
Is it divination?
sure. That my heart says divination, so we'll go with that.
You're
I
asking
look-
someone with no formal training what kind of magic they're using?
I just
Yeah?
get it. I don't
I
know.
don't suppose anyone knows any divination magic.
I think that's the tracking spell.
Well,
I mean-
no, I know divination magic. I'm being silly. Detect magic. That's easy enough.
Oh.
So I cast detect magic just and look at like Vale's ring or something, and it's glowing.
Oh,
right?
you see
In my
magic
vision?
on everybody, except there is no magic shown on the stones. It eats the auras that you're looking for. It's like gone. It's like a void. Even though
Turn
you
it
see
to
the
one.
icons and everything, there's no magic there to be seen.
Just turn it to 1, Val, and I'll tell you if it's working or not.
Hold on. I called Bart and everyone else up. Hey, can you guys come real quick?
Yeah, sure. What is he about to do?
Hey, if we turn this to 1 to see if it actually cuts off divination and teleportation magic, is that going to screw over like your village at all?
Probably not. We don't do that kind of stuff. The divination, yes, but are you going to leave it there?
No, just for a moment.
I mean, I don't think so.
Click.
So you slide it. Now, you have to get up a little bit because it's 8 feet in the air, right? But I'm assuming you're using your spider climbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So you click, it flicks into place. Boom. Okay.
What do I see?
Who's got divination magic on them right now that's activated?
Detect-
Dispel
I'm
magic
using
disappears.
it.
Disappears.
Yep, it's working all right. You can turn it back to 0 now.
Keep going.
No!
No. The question is, can it be taken out once it's set to 1?
Well, turn it back to 0 and then take it out.
You want to try to
Yes,
remove it?
but yeah.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Yeah. Can I give him a real quick?
Oh, wow.
It pops right off, but then you see all the lights go out. And suddenly you can detect magic again, Turja.
Well, whatever you did turned it off.
Okay, so the key's got to be in it for it to work.
It's something of a relief.
Well, anyone within
Right.
500 miles probably knows somebody here just did that then.
Not necessarily. They know something weird happened, but
Well, there's one
would
person
have
for
to be-
sure. Pyrus the Fallen.
That's your dad,
well, it
right?
assumes he was
I
using
mean-
divination magic at the time.
True.
Can we go inside? I don't like it out here anymore.
Let's go inside. I think that's safer.
So you have the coin in hand and you're walking inside, or what are we doing here?
And put the coin away, Val. We don't want it out more than necessary.
Yeah, I'll put it back.
Okay. So you put that back in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
All right. It's in the bag of holding. All righty.
I didn't feel anything, I'll be honest. I didn't even feel a tingle in my whiskers.
Gross.
So what are we doing inside? You have this disc, you have this monolith. When you came here with this disc, so you knew this would be here?
No? Yes? I look at everybody else.
Expected it.
We suspected it might be here.
Oh, no idea. No.
I had no idea this whole place was here. I look around.
Well, somewhere in the jungle, something like this. This just happened to coincide with here.
I am at a loss. It is almost as if the gods have favored you.
Well, obviously. Look
or
at
they
us.
hate you.
Give a sort of sideways look at Rafe.
What?
So,
Rajiv?
now
have the
what do you
notes?
wish?
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt your train of thought, Vale.
What are the other 4 settings again?
There. Number 2 is divine magic. It stops divine magic. Number 3 stops arcane magic. Number 4 stops.
Okay.
Number 4 stops all magic, and number 5 is crater.
Okay.
All of which is 500 miles.
Yeah. Let's not do number 5.
Okay.
I was thinking if we go in the house, there might be something here about the monolith.
So going in the house is a little more difficult than you think.
Okay.
This one does not have dwarven doors. At least not that you've seen. It appears that this was a barracks. You managed to find a chimney brush out area for giants, like when they would clean their flues. You pop in through there and you walk right through what was an old fireplace. This is a military barracks. This is probably the barracks and either the war master or the captain of the guards estate.
Perhaps if we can find the commander's office, there will be something important there.
True.
There is right there by the front door a stone cylinder placed there for the next person who comes through that door.
Yeah.
Mel can read it.
Yeah. Gonna go read it up. Let my eyes get all inky black and go to town on those giant.
The message states, to whomever sees these greetings, we have left. A small cadre of peacekeeping guards are here just to make sure that no one messes with anything here. And they will be rotated, per 5 season to, keep watch over the area. Please give them your best attention and help. And should you be looking for us, we will be at, and it names a city name that no one else has ever heard of. It's like, a magma or something like that.
I translate it as I go. More of the same.
We were here, now we're not. Come find us in La La Land. Right, got it.
Sure, real quick, catch me up on this. I feel like we know a lot currently about these things. What more information are you looking for?
If I knew, I probably wouldn't have to look for it.
Well, I guess that's my question, right? I mean, now that we came here to find this, we kind of came here to find this, and we found this, and now we know what it does, and we're still puzzling over it. Is it that we want to find out where there's more of them? Is it that I don't know what we're doing, Terja? It's cool. I just need to know.
I need to find something. I suppose I'm just looking for any information that might help me determine. I'm looking for my friends here. I don't really know what we're looking for. I just more information.
So information for information's sake.
No.
That's okay.
How very Temple of Agma.
Well, yes, partially, but
because your friends were looking for the obelisks, monoliths, the rocks too.
Well, and our enemies. This all started because do you remember damn it, what's Gherkin. Because the Gherkin was taking that other key and those other men were after him, like the Zentarim, we think.
Okay. We'll take a step back and consider. Appreciate it, Terja. I'm gonna go kick the monolith just once more for kicks. Literally.
You're gonna kick it?
Yeah.
She's gonna kick it for kicks.
For kicks.
Well, you hit it and it hurts your foot.
Yeah. It's not like I'm
permanently
whamming into it, just a little thud kick.
Mm-hmm.
So, hear me out. 10 minutes of the setting for no arcane magic.
Yes.
No, why?
Yes.
Because that airship, if it's within, striking distance, it's going to enjoy not plummeting from the sky.
What does that show us? Why do we want that?
Well, for one, it killed all those cool dudes that we were with out on the ocean. You remember the captain? The good old captain who's spyglass?
I guess I understand the motivation. I just don't really understand what we would accomplish by doing this.
Well, they would probably die. I mean, if they fell out of the sky, out of a flying ship.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's a good idea.
Probably die.
It's a good idea. I'm just a little worried about if we stop all arcane magic, we'd be affecting a lot of people.
One doesn't. It's a weapon of magical destruction. I mean.
But there's a potential for a lot of collateral damage, is what I'm saying.
If we don't use it first, though, they're going to get here and use it.
If they get here and they're still in the air, it only takes a moment to turn off the magic and stop them. Then we would know it was urgent, and the collateral damage might be worth it.
Would we really know they're here, though, given the canopy overhead and everything?
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh god, they're here now.
Everyone make a perception check. Here we go.
Not terrible.
Oh, dirty 20.
Luciano and Terja. As you are and Vale. So Terja and Vale are in a heated discussion, and Luciano's looking between them at the same time as they're kind of having this discussion. And it's as if something has raised up from the stone itself, almost like a wet punching bag kind of thing, attached to the ground, and immediately shifts. Roll initiative, everyone.
Sorry.
Nice.
I'm going to use that reroll.
Okay. He uses that reroll for Relentless. There we go. 21. Okay.
Good job, everybody.
And now I'm going to do mine real quick, because it's important that I do one too. Let's see. Here's... All right. Alrighty. Okay. So, Rafe. Second here.
You go first. You see this right after they do.
You run away, maybe? No, definitely run away. And I'm going to take my own advice and put some distance between me and whatever that is.
It is only a slightly lighter shade than the stone itself. It's not quite black. It's almost like a gray. You run? Okay.
Yep, and then I am going to use prestidigitation to create an arrow pointing at exactly what I was looking at.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing this round.
All right. There it is. Turja, what are you doing?
Where what is?
Around the map. Right.
I jump away in startlement from wherever the gray thing is, and I grab my crossbow and I take a shot.
So you're shooting at close range. Do you have crossbow expert?
No, but I
You're
have
shooting at
no.
disadvantage.
Oh,
Okay. Take your shots.
Sorry, where the heck did my crossbow go? There it is. Well, that's dirty 20, but disadvantage. 11.
11 hits.
Oh, there you go. So, D8 plus D6 for lightning.
Okay.
3.
Alrighty. All right. You hit it with lightning. Hold on a second.
Actually, wait. Is this thing next to Cimarine? Does this count as melee range?
It
Or
does.
is
That's
it-
why you're at disadvantage.
Yeah, but I hit it, so I get sneak attack because it's next to Cimarine, is what I meant.
Yeah. Let
Even
me
with
see here.
disadvantage?
Not with disadvantage, though. You don't. Yeah, he's right.
Oh, boo.
Yep. There's nothing there. So you hit it with lightning damage, and you do how much damage?
3 points damage.
3. Boom.
Yeah.
It hits. The bolt goes in and disappears into the ooze. You don't see it anymore.
But as long as I still have my movement, so I'm gonna move away so I can hit this thing properly in the future.
It's going to take an opportunity attack to hit you.
Not if I use my bonus action to disengage.
You're disengaging. Okay. Done. Vale, your move.
Not today. Thing that I don't have a name for. I will glaive it. Slice and dice. Oh, or poorly. It's very hard to see, so I'm going to blame that on. But I'm going to continue swinging.
And not only that, the 16
Yeah.
hits.
Okay. See what type of effect here. Does when the glaive slashes into it, does it have any effect?
It does. Hold on a second here. It not only hits it and does damage, but you see it splash apart. And it moves, one part moves away from you, and the other part is moving towards you.
Okay. I will use my free action for action surge.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack one of those gray oozes again.
Okay.
Or, the one closest to me, 24.
24 hits.
Waiting for the damage to resolve here. 6 magical slashing.
6 hits. All right.
And then I've got reach on the other one. I will attack as well.
So you hack down with one and you hack across with the other.
Yep.
22 hits.
8
Nice.
magical slashing.
As the 8 magical slashing hits, you just see it go and it's splashed out into nothing. Into the stone. Like you can't see where it went. Like tiny little droplets.
Okay. And I got a little bit of movement left. I'm going to move in between, and I'm done.
Okay. All right. Your vulture flaps madly on your shoulder from all that. Luciano, what are you doing?
So there's one new one, right?
Uh-huh.
I am going to where is it? I'm going to cast Bane.
Cast
Great.
what?
Bane.
Bane. Okay. Bane. All right.
Cursing.
All right, let's see what that does here.
You disgusting gray blob of bleh. And it's a charisma 15 save.
Yeah, it does not. It's a blob.
So it's whatever it is. It's a 3 creatures of your choice, in this case 1. Fails a saving throw, makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends. It must roll a d4 and subtract the number from the roll or saving throw.
Okay. So you have baned it. Boom.
Bane.
Yeah. It has a roll of like -5 on that. I think it's not a high level creature, whatever it is.
No, yeah. I just want to make sure it doesn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will. I'll yell. Bale, can you finish this real quick? I don't really want to have to get over there. And I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration. I'm just like, wrap it up, please.
Got it.
All right. Sim, what are you doing?
I don't want to get involved.
I'm a little confused that I got blocked by Vale, but like pat on the back. Real heroic, buddy. And then I'm gonna step around, pulling out my axe. To also.
What axe are you pulling out?
I just only have a hand axe. I have a simple hand axe.
Alrighty. Hack away.
So yeah, first attack's gonna be with the axe,
Okay,
and hoping that does something to this ooze. We're gonna find out. It's a 22.
22 hits.
For two whole damage. Don't get too wild over there, folks. That's fine. And then the second attack going to be my primal strike with my claw.
Okay.
Which is an 11.
An 11 still hits.
Cool. Well, 17. Acid. Axe. Neat. Fun. Acid dripping off the claw. Way cooler.
Okay. The acid hits, and actually, you see it get bigger.
Ah, shit.
Opposites him. Opposite.
It usually works.
Swinging back with your axe to go again, you see sizzling corrosion now on the blade, and it looks to be damaged. And it now attacks you because you're handy. Let's see here. It's really not good at attacking, but it's going to try anyway. Here it goes. Does a 11 hit you? No, it does not. Okay. Well, that's it. That's its attack. That's as good as it gets. This is all that excitement. But your axe is sizzling. Smoke is coming off of it, and you see the metal flaking.
That sucks.
Yes, it does. Rafe, what are you doing? Rafe, what are you doing?
Let's see. I can see that there is an ooze that is currently trying to consume people that I don't want it to, so I'm going to go ahead and hurl a laughing skull at it.
Okay.
A very judicious action. Always good.
Please describe how this skull looks like something from the ocean as it attacks.
So, where the skulls used to be black and purple, this one is more black and like sea green.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like looking like it's trailing a flame, it looks like it's trailing a wave now.
Okay.
And the skull heads right for that disgusting gray thing.
And it hits.
Next to Vale. And it takes 10 necrotic damage.
All right. You see it sizzle and smoke in places right after the skull boom right into it. And you see it kind of writhe for a minute and reset. Turja, what are you doing?
Now that I've moved back a little, I take proper aim with my crossbow and I take a shot.
Okay. Any special? Just a regular shot?
Yes.
Okay.
With a lightning bolt, but basically a
Okay.
regular shot, yeah. Dirty
All right.
20?
A dirty 20 hits.
24 piercing damage.
The lightning bolt hits, and you see the shock waves ripple through, and you see it twitch for a minute, and just turn to mist. At that point, you don't see any more of this thing writhing around, and the silence of the jungle above begins to come back in.
Where the hell did that come from?
The stone. Point. Tim, is that you? Because you kicked it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. I won't kick them in the future. Probably.
Kick it again, just to make sure.
Let's not.
I'm
You
tempted,
kick
but
it
I
again.
won't. I kind of
Okay.
want to, but I won't.
Okay. And with that, we're going to take a quick short break. And when we come back, we're going to figure out where they're going next. And we're back. Thanks for coming out to see us today. So the party has just finished off fighting what appears to be one ginormous split apart gray ooze. I don't know. After Sim kicked the monolith. Coincidence? We don't know.
Definitely.
And now the party's trying to figure out what to do next. So they've just finished off this ooze fight. Everything has gone quiet once more.
I am an advocate for 10 minutes of setting number 4.
I think that's too risky. We might hurt somebody who's innocent. What if somebody's using magic to survive somehow and we kill him? Somebody besides the people on the ship.
Feels really, really unlikely.
Monolith. Let's move on.
Can move on too. We know it's here. It's not like it's going anywhere. We have the key. If we need to come back, we come back.
All right.
So very, 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 very far away. You hear. We found the remains of your camp. I know you're in here. I got bruised ribs because you assholes made a wanted poster with my name on it. Echoing.
Look around in genuine confusion. Who?
That's the paladin that didn't like you.
A lot of people.
The paladin we made the poster about?
Oh!
Yeah. I know you're here. I can smell the taint in the air.
I lean over to Cimarine and said, "He smells taint in the air? That must be horrifying."
The worst power ever.
Needs to wipe better.
Can we kill this guy or what?
So it's okay to kill the paladin, but not use setting number 4. I like where we're going, though.
I didn't say it was alright to kill the paladin.
Kill the paladin. What?
What about
I thought we were all saying that. Oh.
Cripple?
That's almost meaner, honestly.
I was gonna say, just end it,
He'll bounce back.
Yeah, we don't want that, I thought.
Hey, paladin guy, can we talk about this?
Maybe we could just leave.
Are you yelling that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like he's down where your camp used to be, which is quite a few, it's like 1.5 miles, 2 miles down. The only reason you can hear him is because it's echoing through the ravine. And he may be using some magic to help support that too. I don't know.
I have an idea. We can write a little message on the vulture and send it back to the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get like a little white piece of bandage and tie on its foot, kind of like a white flag. And then I whip out a scrap piece of paper. Do we want to parlay with him or insult his parentage and lineage?
Can we do both?
Isn't that redundant?
Well, no. I mean, his parents. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like where your head's at.
Or we tell him there's a vampire. Ooh, what if we tell him there's someone else for him to hunt? I'm sure that will distract him for a little bit, enrich him or whatever.
Why don't we just leave?
Well, he's here, and we did make a fake wanted poster, and he did get the shit kicked out of him.
Yes, which is why
that was unwarranted, though. What
was it, though, Mr. Werewolf? That's what he was smelling.
That's
the demon taint.
What?
Oh yeah, so many taints. So many taints.
How dare you?
What? You made a deal with a demon. You showed us the contract.
False fallacy. Devil.
First, devil. He's correct, devil. Second, regardless of those facts, we're not just going to turn him over to a paladin that none of us actually know.
Oh,
Who said
no.
that you were turning him over to the paladin? I said let's just avoid the paladin.
I say let's kill the paladin.
How?
I'm with Vale on
We're-
this.
No, I'm
We're
not
in a
saying kill him.
ravine.
Oh, I'm saying kill him.
I know he's horrible, but is he worse than the people who were on the airship? I mean,
Yes.
maybe,
To me.
maybe.
To me specifically.
And that's what I'm like saying is that he kind of sucks to us. So get rid of him.
Eliminate the problem.
He won't follow us anymore. It won't be a problem. And it's not like there's, I don't know, law around here to punish us for it.
I don't know why.
You think the dwarves are going to do
No, they're not.
Her just sort of staring between the two of them as they argue this, appalled by their forthright logic.
I write a little note that says, I know we've been assholes, but there's a greater evil, and we're here trying to deal with it. Can we parlay? Please write your response and put it back on the vulture. And I'm like, here you go, V.
Completely aside here, I feel like it would have been better if Phil just wrote, "Could you just go away?"
Can you not?
On the back side of the note, I'll start like a little slur about his parentage, but then I'll cross it out poorly.
Okay.
And I'll send that.
Passive
Once was a
aggressive.
paladin from El Terrell.
Yeah.
His parents were ne'er do well.
Yeah.
Then you cross that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Are
Alright.
you trying to parlay with them or not?
Yes.
So you send up the vulture.
Yeah.
And you see it get up and then start to go back down, and then papers shredded close to the ground.
Like from near us, it got zapped,
Now,
or
in
further?
the air, it didn't get zapped. Something got it and just shredded it. And it just flutters to the ground.
Well,
Wraith, you still got you can reply to this thing?
Oh, yes. Reed, there is a hypothetical range limit on message, and we are definitely out of range. But are you okay with rule of cool here?
You can try it.
Okay. I am going to do my best, which probably means not good enough, but to actually be able to see all the way down to where our camp was.
Well, you know the
Um,
general
and-
direction.
Right,
And you are
but I gotta-
standing on the higher level.
Got to
than
be
where
able
the
to
camp was.
see them.
Nope. Not
Okay.
gonna work here. I know you're around here somewhere.
does someone have a voice amplifier thing?
And I'll turn
Thaumaturgy?
back to, yeah, thaumaturgy. I'll turn back to Sim and say, if I can't see him, it's almost certainly not going to work.
He's out of
You
service
tried-
area.
All right. Well, then I am also, I guess, with Turge. If we're not gonna outright kill the guy, let's just keep moving. Whatever.
Aside here, if Luciano does have thaumaturgy, he can definitely use it to make his voice super loud.
Yeah. And because I want to kill him, I yell out, "Over here, dick face!"
And you
Come and get
thaumaturgy it up.
us!
The rest of us all clamp our hands over our ears as Luciano shouts at the top of his magical lungs.
Okay. Well, it would take about an hour and a half for him to walk if he knew where you were. So,
I'm taunting him.
okay. And that's echoing, so it's not exactly easy for you to know where it's not easy for him to know where you are as that echoes throughout the ravine, the slot canyon, if you will. The only reason you know, generally speaking, where he is because he just yelled, "I just found your camp."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, smoke signal and lights if we want them, or we could go continue tracking those tracks if they're still around.
I say let's keep
How long
doing
does
what we're
that
doing.
spell last?
That
The
guy.
track spell.
We'll kill him when he
Let's-
comes around.
Track spell.
Let's go inside and see if we can find anything about the monolith inside.
I don't think there's gonna be anything there. Track spell. Frick is up to an hour.
Okay. So there are tracks that go into the cliff face there.
Is there a faint glow of that magic stuff from the cliff face, or is that just the map?
There is a glow in there. It's the giant-sized drift globes that light the inside of the opening and tunnel.
What do you say? Want to check it out?
Yeah, let's go do something. Let's go do something.
I wanted to go into the house. What's wrong with that?
If I'm left to my own devices, I will start organizing and archiving, and you don't want that. So
I might actually want that.
No, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Adventure. And I'm looking for somebody else to echo. Adventure?
Adventure!
Adventure!
Aventure, let's go!
We're off to see the tunnels.
So you guys step out into the tunnels, just leaving Turja behind?
Yeah,
No.
I'm going in the house.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
No, chanting adventure. Adventure?
You go have your adventure and I'll meet you back here.
So you step back through the fireplace, Turja.
We're coming back?
All right.
I'm coming back.
Bye!
This is how people die.
I have faith. I have faith that you'll help me if something happens.
That's an awful long sprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tunnels it is.
All right. So the rest of you go into the tunnels. So, Turja, you step into the fireplace and you begin looking around. There is not much left here. There are a couple very large, giant-sized, halberds propped into what was an old rack system. There appears to be some very large rings on the floor next to some stone benches. And that's in the main room you're in right now. Moving to the rest of the party, the rest of the party moves towards this hallway, this large hall. All right, so stepping into that hallway, we're going to go to Theater of the Mind here a little bit. It is a large, ornate, massive opening, archways, beautiful colonnades there. But you see on one side what started to be what looks like similar fashion to Pyrrhus the Magnificent, or Pyrrhus the Great. You then see segments where it looks like Pyrrhus is standing in front of the monolith and a few other things, and you see what appears to be some kind of extraplanar creatures, one of which looks fairly foul, and you see other discussions, and then you see him fighting with what another very ornately armored figure, crown still on his head, and being subdued into what looks to be a large tomb. As you move in, you start to see different components within, and it looks like they're the various markers where people were entombed, and you may be going into a holy crypt area. Well, holy is relative.
Can we loot here?
Can we what?
Asking the group, can we loot here?
Yes. 100%.
Sure. The dwarves said they don't go into the tunnels, so I guess anything's up for grabs.
Yeah.
So as you continue to move deeper and deeper into the area, you then find sheets of human-sized paper, or humanoid-sized paper, your sized paper, right? Here and there. Most have writing all over them. Some are giant markings with some chicken scratch underneath. It's kind of like trying to figure out translations, various different things. And then you find like a book further in, an old book, 50 years old at least.
Nice. I'll still keep the paper though, because origami,
It's already been written on.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's all about the folds.
And you want to read it first?
Well, you flip through one of the books, and you recognize the writing. It's similar to some of the writing you see in the book that you have. Day 56. We arrived. We found it, the hidden city of the lightless dawn. Giants indeed. We set up camp and begin soon. Never have I seen stone as this. Flipping through a few more pages. Day 65. We found a disc the size of a large platter, near the bones of a giant. The giant appears to have died of natural causes, but why was it still here around this vault? Day 72. After careful work, we are finally about to open the vault of Pyrrhus the Great. Clarissa had to take a break. I guess morning sickness has set in. Finally, a family together. Day 80. 2 more of our crew have gone missing. At night, I feel like I'm asleep and yet not. I fear it may no longer be safe to be here. It's like we're watched. There's no more in that book. There are just some blank pages. Later on, you find additional sheafs of paper. They have different things on them, but one of them strikes you as particularly noticed. Day 453. Is this what my life is now, or my lack of it has become? I throw myself into my work to try to make sense of what's happened. And that's it.
As I'm reading and translating, I got a tear kind of rolling down my left cheek.
You okay,
He
bud?
lives.
That's promising, I suppose.
These are the words of my father, Blaine. Look, day 453. I mean, he could still be here. He'd be older.
Yeah. A lot of people survive 453 days on their own. Uh-huh. You got this, buddy. We're going to find him, and I give him a big old hug.
Give you a hug back.
Hey, Ray. Is that the one we're supposed to be hunting down?
And with that, we flip back to Turja. Turja, the room is lit. 4 drift globes come on while you're in there. There are stairs going up. There is a number of hallways leaving the room. I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say before I do anything, I knock on the door. I knock on a wall 3 times. We enter your abode. Just in case. I don't see any doors. Safe side.
Okay. So there are a couple hallways that leave the room as well. There are no doors there, but you knock on a few times. Nothing makes a sound in here.
Well, I tried. Do I see anything that indicates where somebody in charge might have kept like an office or something?
Well, you're in this room. That's it. Like there's a stairway going up. There's a couple hallways going further in, and that's what you've got. So there's no signage.
I try the
Do you
stairs.
read Giant? Do you
No.
read Giant? Okay. Then
I read Dwarvish.
you see icons here and there, but there's nothing in Dethic that's truly there. There's definitely some runes, but not a lot of Dethic, which is what Dwarven is.
I go up the stairs. I'm looking for anything that looks like it might have been an office of some kind.
Okay. Well, stairs are not easy, so it takes you a good 30 minutes to get up the full, each step all the way up to the next story. Your legs are sore actually getting up. You get up there, and there are a number of, besides the main hall, there's a number of open doors. The doors are open. They're made of stone. You walk in, and there appears to be a desk and writing utensils or what would have been writing utensils on there. And you shimmy up a chair, and you see what looks to be a really corroded dagger sitting on a plate on top of the table.
I guess somebody was interrupted in the middle of dinner. I look around and see if there are any papers that are by some miracle and miraculous stroke of luck I can actually read them.
There's no papers there.
Can I open the drawers, or are they too big and heavy?
There are no drawers.
Then I guess I move on, unless there's something that looks searchable. I guess I move on.
Okay, hopping down from the chair, I need you to roll for initiative.
That's a 14-18. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
Okay. All right. As you hop down, 2 more pseudopod-like, what would you call them? Pulses of liquid, gray liquid, spring up, slowly cornering you by the chair itself. 4 legs stand up. They're 6 feet above. The legs are 6 feet up, so you can actually duck under the chair if need be. But they've got you right there. And I'm gotta do double check initiative here real quick for them. Let me see here. 18. Okay, so whoops. That's the wrong thing. 13 and 18. All right. Turja, with your 21, what are you doing?
Well, I turn off my dancing lights and I press my tattoo button for dark vision.
Okay.
I think that's bonus action, or is that straight action?
Yeah.
And I run away.
Okay. You run. Okay. You run like hell, and you easily outpace them, but because you ran away and you didn't disengage, they are going to each get an attempt to attack you. So let's see how they do here. All right. And the first shot is a 1. And the second shot is a 7, both of which miss you, and you sprint away easily. We're now in the main hall.
Well,
Upstairs.
without Veil, I can't read anything here. And it's laden with these acid blob things. There's not a lot of point sticking around, so I figure I'll just leave.
Okay, so you're going to shoot downstairs?
Yes.
All right, so you shoot downstairs, and we come back to the party who just asked, what was it, Sim?
Specifically to Rape. I don't want to ruin the moment over there.
Mm.
What if we hunted down his dad?
Noticed what?
Listen, how many vampires could be around here? And if he's been around this long, I'm just saying, what are the odds?
Pretty good.
I'm doing a tearful hug. We're gonna find him, Val. We're gonna find him for you.
Hey, Sim.
Uh-huh.
Did your hand axe get jacked up earlier?
Oh, yeah, real bad luck.
Hey, can I trade you? I got a fresh one here.
Why do you want this one, though? It's gross. It's bad.
All right. I'll swap with you.
Okay. Confused, but sure.
When I take the hand axe there, I glaive off the axey part to keep the wooden handle.
Oh, okay, cool. This is gonna be a fun time here.
And then I start sharpening the wooden handle with the dagger.
complex feelings right now, Vale? You good?
No feelings at all. As I just whittle that hickory down to a sharp, pointy end.
Got it. I look at Lucy. He's yours. And backing away from that conversation.
It's okay to feel, Vale. It's okay. Don't be cold like your vampire heritage.
Well, we'll see what type of family reunion this is, if there is one. Hey, there's treasure down here, right? Yeah, let's focus on that. Let's go loot something.
Loot?
Yeah. Oh, yes, looting is always good.
Sure, man.
Looting is good for friends.
All of us just side-eyeing. Sure, sounds good.
I take the sheaf of papers and the book and store it away. All right. And, I take one of the loose papers and origami it up and
make a perception check.
A bat.
Make a perception check before you do it. Yeah, you see there's writing on it that you didn't catch before. You take a look at it. Day 84. The beast stalks us at night. I saw it feeding on Clarissa. I stopped it. It took off. It's so strong. I sent Clarissa out. I said I would guard, but I went looking for it. That's all it says. The ink runs dry, briefly.
I don't know, the narrative in my head, it's not meshing together. I was thinking the giant vampire attacked him, but if he's describing a beast, I mean, you wouldn't think, oh...
It wasn't me!
Well...
You know, you are very sensitive. Good.
I glare.
He starts scratching where some of the scars are, where you gnawed on him.
Letting the devil out.
Yes.
I take my dagger out and freshen that arm wound to throw some blood in the air.
Okay. And as you're doing that, Turja, you've reached the first floor. You are back in the fireplace room where you entered in the first place. What are you doing?
I should take the floor a little bit because I'm very irritated that I can't productively search this place, and then I decide I might as well go back there.
So you step through the fireplace, exit the building? Is that what I understand?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And you're standing there in the courtyard with the monolith.
Well, I know where the headed, which was the tunnel, so I'm just going to head over to the tunnel.
Okay. So you're making your way to the tunnel. All right. The rest of you have sharpened stakes, had conversations, read some sheafs of paper. Oh, and Turja, as you're walking in, I will find you!
Does it sound closer?
Maybe I should break your ribs like you had mine. Doesn't sound any closer.
I pull the hood of my cloak up.
Okay.
Fireworks.
All right. So the rest of you, you're starting to see some of the signs on the walls, you know, like crypt of the War Master. There's some priestly caverns for Annam. There is a few other interesting bits here and there. And Bart says, this one's interesting. Grugny Firebrow Rat Charmer?
Oh, a rat charmer. That was probably an important job.
Yeah, and then there's
Those dire rats are nothing to sneeze at.
there is some additional signs pointing towards. Let me find it here. Promethicos, Tomb of the Great Promethicos, which you remember as the War Master in another discussion somewhere.
And he was the one that led the ritual to do the Pyrrhus the Great entombment, I believe. But hey, the rat catcher here has caught my eye. You guys want to crack this nut open, see what type of protections may still be around?
Sure.
Oh,
okay. So you go down a hallway towards Grugny, Firebrow's, the rat charmer.
Yeah.
It is its own separate little piece. It's whatever this guy did. It was quite an honor, because they carved out what appears to be a fire giant dancing with some weirdly shaped flute, and dire rats on either side dancing along with him, like not Mickey Mouse, but definitely rats that are dire rat sized, moving along. And then amongst the dire rats are all sorts of smaller rats.
Okay. Hey, Lucy, could we get some jaunty little rat catching music?
I'm sorry, what? I don't seem to know that genre, and I'm like very confused, and I'm like, I play a couple, no, and I'm like, is this okay?
Well,
and I play like a jaunty, like a very high paced, but in my head it would be like a like almost cartoony music.
Well, we'll see if this helps. And the little origami bat that I had, I recast the cantrip and have it change into a rat, and see if he likes it.
I'm strumming away.
As you start to strum, you hear a voice from the shadows. There is a trick to it. I have yet to have figured it out.
Oh, you can keep it.
I have already read all of your minds.
Rude.
I don't like that.
I swear I mean no harm.
But you read our minds.
Well, I didn't see if you meant me harm.
I mean,
that's not fair. Maybe I do now. Arms crossed. I'm very upset.
I could read minds. That would be really hard.
Everyone make a wisdom check right now. Just a check.
Oof.
Man.
This party is not wise.
Your brains are his oyster. So, and then as he continues, you hear him say, I would love to converse. It has been so long since I've been able to speak with others. It feels clumsy. Your names are Rafe, Luciano. Well, that's what you tell everyone. Simorine, how pretty a name. And Vale. The tomb is rumored to be where Grugny, Firebrow, the rat charmer, hid his bladed flute when he was buried. I will leave you with that for now. I must be gone. Vale, you may want to bandage that up.
I say the the keyword to activate my drift globe. Illuminato.
And as you do that, you see someone standing in what was a very, very dark part of the hallway duck around a corner, just briefly.
Get away, kill him!
A human.
I'm not giving chase.
A dark cloak. And that's all you could see.
I don't like it.
Oh, I'm with you on that. This is very not okay.
So, are we chasing that guy or are we opening this tomb?
Chasing that guy who can outrun light coming on into the crypts after they've been here for 18,250 days? No.
Yes. Oh, no.
Wait for Turja to get back.
We'll track him down, but chasing him doesn't seem like a good idea, no.
I stick the wooden stake through a belt loop there, and I pull out the immovable rod and a crowbar. All right, point me at something here. Point me at something.
So are you guys going to start investigating the tomb?
Yeah.
Okay. There are two very large rats on each side of a statue, well, a facade of Grugny playing this interestingly shaped flute. As he's standing there dancing, a twinkle in his eye seems to be admitted. And you see, in both eyes, green emeralds, each the size of your fist. The flute itself, hard to see with his hands over it, but it's definitely a shape of what looks like a dagger. And that could also be a flute. The rats themselves are not made of the same null stone. They are made of a brown stone. So they look more like rats. And the small, tiny rats within. How do you propose to investigate opening this tomb besides beating it open with a crowbar, which probably will not work well?
Music. Open sesame.
So smart.
Guys, I'm out.
So I've got a couple theories.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got two dire rats there, and if they were carved with him, or they were probably something special to him. So maybe the names of the two rats settle out.
Now that's where you get smarter. Make an investigation check.
Really a 10.
You see the first rat is made of brown stone, but it's on a pedestal. And each of those pedestals appears to be like square in shape, sticking out from the front of the tomb itself. And at the bottom of the pedestal, on the first one you're looking at, it says Ro. Giant.
Like R-O? Ro?
R-O-H.
Hey, you guys see anything on that second rat? Check this out here.
Turja, that's when you round the corner and a shadowy figure briefly appears. Your friends, they're further down to the right. They could probably use you.
Ooh.
And disappears.
What? I just sort of shake my head a little bit and then decide to go over to over the right, I guess.
So, who's looking at the other plinth? Rafe, Sim,
I am.
Lucci? Rafe? Make an investigation check.
I just plan on telling Vale to beat it.
All right. 16.
Rut. That's what it translates. Rut.
Oh.
I will turn to Vale
Ruh-roh.
and say, you're probably not going to believe this, but it says rut.
Try saying it a couple different ways, the two names.
How are you going to say it?
Large and in charge, really project that voice.
Okay, so what are you going to say? I want to hear it.
Wrote.
Yes.
Did you say rut-row?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
You do that and you hear as the flute player shifts out, and then it stops. And on either side of the back of the flute player, it's actually pulled out. It hasn't opened yet, but you see what appears to be a variety of lines with various circles and shapes on them. It looks like some form of magic, or not magic, music.
Lucy? I think this is right up your alley.
I'm sorry, what?
Check
You
this
want me
out
to do
back
something?
here. Yes.
I've been waiting for this day. And I look at the music.
Been waiting for this day. You do look at the music. It is deeper than you've seen in a long time for magic. I mean music. I mean magic. It's music that as you look at it, you see the various different intertwining plucks of notes and how it links and intersects with the weave of magic. And you see, when you look at one side and then you look at the other, that it's actually chords on one and a rhythm on another, and varieties of different things put together. But basically, you figure out that it is a musical spell for bards that is the equivalent of speak with animals.
What? Interesting. I play it. I look at it. I'm trying to study
You
it. And I'm
attempt to play it?
I kind of before I play. I'm kind of going along what I would do on my my lute.
Mm-hmm.
And before I play it or attempt to play it, I'm gonna activate my tattoo.
What's your which tattoo?
My fun little musical band tattoo. That way I get a really cool accompaniment.
Okay.
I can play the entire ensemble. I can do
You can do the whole chord. So you look at the band and say,
get,
okay, now this is in the key of what, and you just go with it. Okay.
All right, guys, right here with me. I'm gonna lead. You guys follow. All right.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Sim, thank you.
Oh, okay.
An illusionary
that's fair.
band has appeared behind him.
Yeah.
They all look like variations of him, actually.
Handsome is what he's saying.
Yes. With various different instruments, and he begins.
Yeah.
You think he made a deal with the demon for that?
And as you begin to do the instrumentation, a rich chord comes around that sounds very much like, if you were to pin a sound on it, rats jumping and leaping happily through, a house. And at that point, invisible lines in the statue itself open up. And you see, standing in the sarcophagus, the old bones and some trinkets, and strapped across the chest in the hands is a giant bladed flute. It is as tall as Luciano.
I kind of like stop abruptly, and like it's like that whole like you hear like the whole like bang, like the sound just kind of from everywhere it stops.
It is so big.
Ooh.
It would be almost as effective a sword as it is a flute.
Yeah, Vale, you can use that.
No. I mean, you should touch it.
I don't want to touch it. It's in this disgusting crypt. Yuck.
Oh,
I
One
thought you were
second.
looting.
and I'm going to cast
I did
prestidigitation
loot.
on the flute handle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to say, okay, the handle is clean. You can touch it now, Luciano.
Okay, and I kind of like look around like, is this like again? I think I'm being
Mind you,
pranked,
that flute is like 12 feet in the air.
Oh,
In this
Oh.
guy's hands.
so I'm not touching it. Yeah, I'm like, you draw like you're crazy. What are you talking about?
I mean, you
help get
could
it
climb
down
up and grab it from inside the sarcophagus. There's plenty of handholds in the decorations.
Climb
You want a
in
hand?
sarcophagus? I guess, yeah.
I'm like, here, like, hold my crowbar, and I'll climb up to bring it down for him.
Okay. So you guys shimmy up, and Luciano touches it, right? And nothing happens. Do you attempt to shift it out? Like control it?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, yeah. I kind of like yank.
As you start to yank it, it shrinks to the size of a dagger in your hands.
I got it,
well,
guys.
Maybe not quite as good as a sword, but yeah, that'll work.
Very cool. And I kind of look it over.
And it's indeed a flute built into a very magical dagger. It is ringed with giant runes and icons. And
I
you
can't
now
read
have
this.
the bladed flute of Dire Rat Charmer Grugny Firebrow.
I can translate for you,
And-
or if you want to play
Oh,
a ditty,
Story. What was that?
I can translate for you if you want. And I have a paper rack
Yeah.
you can test it on.
Oh no. But you can translate it.
Sure, I'll read it for him.
All right. In addition to that, there is a small bag that is actually a large bag that is leather in shape and size. It is, as you start to mess with it, it shrinks down in size, a bag of holding.
Third bag. What's in it? I kind of just like no, I don't. I'm messing with the flute. I don't
Okay.
care. Yeah.
Who's messing with the bag?
Get it out of the sarcophagus first. I'll hand it to Sim.
Thanks, I love it.
It is a very unique bag of holding in that it has different iconography than has ever been seen before.
I'm not sure if Sim
That's
noticed.
interesting.
Well, most of them have a unique look to them that for modern bags of holding, this one definitely does not have that look.
I'll reach into it.
You reach in
Yeah.
and you feel what feels like a whole bunch of tiny sticks inside.
Wow, we're so lucky we got a bunch of sticks.
And a
You
dagger.
pull them out and there's a whole bunch of bones in your hands.
That are their bones.
Okay.
Rat bones.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's a normal bag of holding. It might be a bag of holding animals. And,
What?
yeah.
What? Oh.
How long
can
has
hold
it been since it's been
bag?
fed? Hey, Lucy, can you charm this one?
Try throwing them.
Yeah.
Scatter them bones.
I'll try playing a song.
All right. You have opened it. Oh, does he always sneak up like this? You are
Well, you've done something I couldn't do in 50 years. That's amazing.
I'm amazing. You heard
In your
that.
defense, this does seem to have been designed so that a bard, or at least someone who knows music, would be able to open it.
I think those are the same things. I think you and him, they were all saying the same thing. I'm amazing. Just so we're clear.
Turja, you have walked up to the party to see them doing this, and you see that person who kind of waved you in using your night vision in the distance, calling to them. I wish I could show you more, if you wish.
I'm sorry, is this the guy who waved me in talking to me?
This is everyone. He's talking to everybody. You've walked up.
I'm playing a dagger flute, by the way.
Okay.
Don't you look what I found?
Becoming attuned to your dagger flute. Okay.
One split second. Did I hear before I approached Bart saying that that Luciano did something he couldn't do in 50 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said I was amazing. He said that.
When I heard that, if the rest of the party hasn't seen me yet, I want to duck and hide.
Okay. Cloak up. All right.
Yes. And I'm just sort of like, if there's like any alcoves or something, I'm ducking into it, and if not, I'm just sort of making myself as small and inconspicuous as I can and watching the party.
Say, day 18,251.
That was yesterday, actually.
So you still remember the tenets of Ogma?
I have been doing nothing but trying to figure this place out and possibly a solution for my predicament. Your mother's well?
She is. We had a birthday not that long ago.
I would give anything to see her again. You've grown up strong, son.
I think I've got a lot of you in me, but a little bit of whatever attacked you as well. I kind of drop my fangs.
Sorry that you've been cursed with that. Part of the curse that I took on was that I am stuck here until my curse is lifted.
Like the city?
My creator of what I am now can make demands that I must follow. And I've been cursed to remain in the city as he did for thousands and thousands of years.
Tall fire giant, red hair?
Well, later he was.
He wasn't always a fire giant?
Sometimes he was fog, sometimes he was the size of a human, sometimes he was something in between. And other times he was a giant of the worst sort.
In my free hand, I'm kind of spinning around the stake,
But
absentmindedly.
I mean, what did I think? I was kidding. I'm just a coppersmith. Just a coppersmith turned architect.
Look,
I knew I should have recognized you with your cloak, lapel, the silver leaf icon.
She said it was
That's
yours.
what that's. Well, I made it for the original. It was a human attempt to gain favor with your mother. But you know what really worked? She loves to dance.
She would tell stories about you when she had too much to drink. But otherwise, she didn't talk about you a whole lot.
Were you unable to send help? Come looking for me?
Well, it's been 50 years. We didn't know you were here.
Oh.
But
I guess if I were in your shoes, I would think the same thing.
what if we could turn the magic off, break the curse, and get you out of here?
I will believe it when I see it. I do my best to control my hunger. Sometimes I cannot.
I hear you. Same way.
I look at him. What?
Why do you think we have fangs?
If you have questions about the tombs, or the crypts, I'm happy to answer.
So many questions.
Let me show you where it all started. Let me show you where Pyrus the Fallen fell.
Please do.
He steps out, walks right by all of you and says, just follow me. And he walks you back down to the main hall and deeper, and then past some open doors, down some stairs, deeper. Stops briefly. This is the tomb of Promethicus, the War Master, who felled him in the first place. Legend has it he wielded 2 ridiculous axes as part of his, well, temporary wounding of Pyrus to set him down long enough for the priests of Anum to lock him into place. They thought he was dead. Promethicus became a... I'm sorry?
Have you been inside his tomb?
The War Masters?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. But further down, and he takes you just a little bit further down, and there is right at the end of the hall, is a massive door. No worries on this one. And you see him walk up the wall, touch a couple icons that start to glow blue, and you see the doors open. And you see him walk back around and then down the door. Understand the place is built for giants, so our comfort is not even considered. And as you go in, you see, laid out on the ground, a whole bunch of broken adamantium chains and a large black stone sarcophagus and a black stone sarcophagus lid on the ground, made of the same knoll stone that was made in the fortress. And also around are the bones of one fire giant on the ground, where he must have died of old age guarding the area, his relief never being found. Within the tomb itself, there's nothing. Not even dust. Except for one massive petrified piece of wood, sharpened like a stake.
I'd just like to say for the record that I've been following while trying not to be seen by anyone. Okay, just making sure.
So, when we cracked it open, a ridiculous fog came out all at once. First, we thought it was something magical and disappeared. It'd only be later that we would discover it was him, escaping.
I think he's coming back here with others.
I don't know.
That's why we came here, to investigate the monolith.
Well, the only other key here is that we've been able to find has been one of what appears to be a lower level battle captain, which won't activate much.
Is that key still here?
Left with your mother. It's somewhere in Candlekeep, I'm sure, in a vault.
When was the last time he called out to you? Or do you always feel his presence?
When he left, just a few days after I got Clarissa out, he never came back. He cursed me to be here, and I've never seen him since. To be fair, I think he left and didn't know where he was. Try to imagine a man, a giant, entombed for possibly 40, 50, 80, 100,000 years. And the whole world is different. Everyone he knew has been dead and forgotten twice, 3 times over. No one even knew this city was existing still, not even in the Giants.
Forgotten to time, like you.
Well, maybe. I have so much I want to ask you.
Ask.
Where did you go to school?
There's a lot of traveling. Candlekeep and some other universities, but it was a rough childhood, you know? The whole half-vampire thing. Ultimately ended up with the Knights of Agma.
Much bigger than I was.
Yeah. Something in the blood, maybe.
Were you happy?
Yeah, I think so. Although, when I tell the stories, I get some weird looks, so I think it may not have been a normal childhood.
The curse was given to him after consorting with a devil, or maybe a demon, but someone powerful enough to grant him immortality. His goal was to become the emperor for life, forever.
Well, there's been talk of using the keys to bring about some type of undead apocalypse.
Notes in my translations are correct. It would more like prevent them from doing that.
Well,
unless
yes, you're right.
They were backed by a god, in which case the god. It is my belief that this would not stop a god's power. But if you did turn these on, it would stop everyone else's.
So the Prometheus, he used 2 weapons to bring this guy down once before?
Well, he had 2 weapons, and I'm sure he had other things too. But yes, he definitely had some hand axes that he carried. It was his signature weapons. He was supposedly like a furious giant rhinoceros made of flame blowing through the armies. Wherever he was leading the fight, not just telling orders.
Oh, we should probably bring him with us. I look over at everyone and give him an arched eyebrow.
Yeah, probably. Can I touch them?
But
Feels wise.
Do it.
I mean, this tomb's right over there, and if you think it would help stop this curse, because from where I stand, my curse ends the moment the Pyrus is destroyed. Possibly.
Yeah, we gotta help him before the pale one gets him.
yeah, you're exactly, Lucy. Look, let's.
Is he always this entertaining?
Well, he is a bard.
Oh my god, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Not always, but he's been doing pretty well lately.
Well, if you want, we can go open up that tomb. That one's not as big of a secret.
Let's.
Boo.
And he walks you over. And hold on a second here. Let me open something else up here. Double checking one other thing here just to make sure I've got everything, all my ducks in a row. So he walks you over to the tomb. The tomb is fairly ornate, to say the least. Now, normally I'm not a big fan of plundering tombs outside of capturing things for history and study. But considering our situation, I would like to open this for you. And he walks over and he touches. No, wait, that's not it. No, it was the mathematical. Oh, yeah. The stone sarcophagus splits in two. Within stands the giant armored statue, or not statue, armored figure of the War Master himself. The armor is adamantium and gleaming. Full plate, but gleaming. Icons of fire and hammers and axes and all sorts of other things are there. And
This guy's a giant.
2 giant hand axes. These things
This
must
guy
weigh
was a big
500
deal.
pounds apiece.
Now that's a hand axe.
I think I can carry those.
Tim, I know you can carry those.
Like, for sure, no doubt. Confidence is key.
Pick up with with the legs. Make sure.
Not with the back? I thought for sure you lifted with the back.
No. Yes.
Snap with the back. Snap with the back.
That's right. That's right.
So you're going to climb up and get them?
For safekeeping.
Okay. So you reach up. One. Let me pull some stuff here.
I noticed, Luciano, that she didn't need me to clean them off before she went for them.
We also met her with vomit in her hair.
Yes.
So
One
I don't think she's going to put those in her mouth. So
has a slightly, you see it. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful and a keen edge. But where you would expect to be an edge to be bright silver from a sharpened point, this one is bright silvery orange with the point. Seeing you looking at that and reaching for it first, the speaker says, "It is believed he took that axe directly from Pyrrhus himself and used it against him."
Huh.
The other one is shaped in a similar fashion, but not quite the same. There are lots of circles and crescents etched into the blade haft itself, but the blade itself is absolutely keen and sharp.
Okay.
need a hand?
I'm going to try one first and see where that gets us.
Which one?
The first one.
The one with the orange? You grab a hold of it and you start to tug, and you feel a surge go through your body at once. Who dares stir the blade of flames and fury?
Oh, that's a long name. Hi, my name is Cimarine, and you're pretty.
What's your alignment?
Oh, goodness, you think I would have picked that at some point in the year and a half of us gaming. I'm not sure if I actually ever picked one.
Not important.
Well, it's certainly chaotic something.
Chaotic something, that's for sure. Yeah, I never picked.
What is your alignment?
I guess
You have to pick one.
Guess we're going with chaotic neutral.
You don't strike me as a chaotic neutral type. How long have you been a sociopath?
Whoa. She said chaotic neutral, not chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil is not a sociopath.
She's not good.
That's a psychopath.
I think neutral's fair.
She's not good? Okay.
I don't think she just offered to gank a paladin for funsies. She's
For
not a good guy.
funsies.
Well,
She's
she offered to gank
impulsive.
a
She's
bad
not a
paladin.
sociopath. She's impulsive.
Okay. Well, that's chaotic.
At the very least, chaotic.
And she
Okay.
doesn't
Else
always
spectrum.
care whether what she's doing. She doesn't think about morals. She just thinks about what's fun.
Not just anyone can wield me. You must be a force for good in this world.
Oh, well, okay. And I put it back.
Other one.
I touched the other one.
Nothing happens.
This one's
Tug it?
far less choosy. Yes.
You tug it. That immediately starts to shrink down to your size.
Cool. I'm going to shout down. Hey, the other one, A, talks. B, wants someone good. Do we have anyone that's cool with that?
The act talk to
Sure.
you?
Go ahead and toss it to. Well, toss is really not the right word.
I'm not sure if it's going to let me take it because I'm not good.
Wait, did it ask
I'm-
you if you're good?
I said it's like force good something. I wasn't listening.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and climb up and grab it.
You try to climb up and grab it?
Yep.
You feel a surge of energy rush through your body. Who dares reach for the blade of flame and fury?
Oh, no daring involved. You said something about being a force for good?
Yes.
Okay, I think we're gonna be fine.
You must never be fearful, and you must charge into the fray.
You're really making this hard.
If you do, you will be imbued with power. With this axe at your side.
No,
You will
no,
cleave through
I
your enemy.
no, thank you. I have plenty of power. Vale, maybe you should try this.
All right. I'll get up there and lay hands on the old giant axe.
Okay, who's laying hands on the blade of flame and fury? Yada, yada, yada. I know, everyone wants to touch the big, shiny, magical fucking blade, but which one of you is actually going to do good in this world?
I will do good. Name's Vale.
You,
Vale Silverleaf.
will you hew your foes?
Oh, hell yeah. I run into combat and bring my friends with me. Hey, we took down a T-Rex, a thunder lizard.
Will you have blazing fury from your flaming blades?
Yes?
Yay?
You will. You will indeed. When you speak the command word, Pyrus, this blade bursts into flames, burning your foes as well as hewing them.
You don't have any special love for your former master, right?
Nope. He veered from the path of good.
Well, then I can work with you.
He was a little too lawful for my tastes, but, you know, good is
You're
good.
okay with a little chaos and some good?
I thrive in it.
You will thrive with us.
I like you already.
Hey, how do you feel about vampires?
Let's cut them.
I can work with that.
Can we burn them a lot too?
Probably yes. Pirates,
I like
definitely.
this.
All right, let's do this.
All right, friends. Shoot! It becomes your sized. Fail me, and you will not wield me.
That's fair.
80,000 years I've waited.
But let me tell you, if you mess with me at a critical moment, I will make sure that you end up in the hands of goblins or kobolds.
You won't be able to, but I love your spirit.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Yeah, that was definitely the right choice.
I want the axe! I want the axe! As I'm holding my dagger in the other hand.
You already have something, Lucy.
I'm just threatening, inanimate objects. Just another day.
As you sit there with these, the figure standing next to you, Blaine, your father, if you will, looks very confused. Why were you talking to the axe, each and every one of you?
Yeah, it never talked to me.
Oh,
It
that is a very powerful weapon indeed, if it can hold intelligence and personality within. It
It
is said
remembers
that a
when-
maker of such a blade puts their own personality within it.
Well, I wonder then if Pyrus created the blade, but either way, the blade remembers Pyrus and it's his betrayal, and the two will meet again, not on good terms.
I will have to do some work to find out where that blade came from. I don't know if the histories will repeat it.
Is there a library here in the city?
Not exactly. Most of the information that was here was taken to some other library mentioned. I'm unfamiliar with it. It's referred to as Graven Hollow.
Oh, yeah, that place. Okay, yep.
Heard the name, and there's it's underground.
So
I've never been
wherever
there.
the information about this place is from there is probably in some long forgotten bookshelf, some long forgotten hallway that no one ever dared to ask about. Because to find knowledge, you have to know to look for it in the first place most of the time, in a library.
Or you stumble on it.
Hey, would you head back to the that Nightstone thing, the monolith, with us?
Daylight's coming.
What happens in daylight?
Bad things to me. He pulls up a sleeve and shows burns along one arm.
Ogma's sacred text! Were you here the entire time?
At first I thought perhaps somebody was eating into an ambush. I decided apparently not.
Turja, meet my dad.
Hi.
Mr.
That's your-
Silverleaf.
Blaine Coppersmith.
Mr. Coppersmith, apologies. You mentioned something about when we talked about the key to the obelisk. You said it would stop the giants and Pyrrhus from doing the apocalypse. Do you know any more about that?
Well, just my translations. There's 6 settings. They have various different functions in terms of the level of things they stop. They were all created during the War of the Dragons, and that's because dragons are inherently magical. But they found usefulness later on down the line as defensive mechanisms for these various places as well. Near as I can figure, there's quite a few monoliths left, but very few keys. There's actually another one in the next town over, the next giant city over. But that was that's the Temple of the Dog People. We never got a chance to really get over there, but we saw some writings about inside. Humans built up over the top of the giant city there. There's a smaller village, not quite the size of this one.
Say, how much do you weigh?
Ooh, maybe 170?
What's stopping you from getting out of the city exactly? The curse? Like you physically can't do it?
I physically cannot leave here.
I look over at Sim.
I cannot choose to leave. I have to do everything in my power to get back here if I'm taken out of here.
Oh.
I've tried to leave. I can't. I physically cannot leave.
Oh.
Even if you were in like a bag of holding?
As long as I was in the bag, great, but if I knew that I was leaving, I would have to
Put your
tear
dad in
out
the
of the
bag.
bag. I would have
Even
to
if we put him in a bag of holding, he would have to stay there forever, Val.
He's a vampire. I mean,
But what kind of life is that? Even being trapped in this city is better than living in a bag.
well, there's a way to break the curse. Kill Pyrrhus.
Where is Pyrrhus?
Well, probably on that airship.
Where is the airship?
Decent chance it's in the air.
He has an
On the
airship
ground
now.
once we activate the monolith, right?
He can
Yeah.
turn into a cloud. Even if the ship fell out of the sky, he would probably survive it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have his allies with him.
Well,
We'd
that
have
is
a
something,
vampire.
but it wouldn't lift the curse, is what I'm saying.
What if we set the setting to 4? No arcane divine magic? Breaks the curse.
Oh. 4.
But even if we did that, it might only work when the setting was to 4. Once we turned it off, we couldn't leave it set to 4 forever. We can't just kill magic for 500 miles in every direction. People need it.
But they can just move 500 miles outside. Lucy isn't thinking about the consequences.
Mhm.
I just want to see a skyship fall from the sky.
I turned to Mr. Coppersmith and I said, please don't misunderstand me. I want to free you from a curse. I'm just, realistically, I don't see an easy way to do it short of killing Pyrrhus, and that's not easy either.
Well, we kind of solved the biggest problem, which is that an airship is in the air and kind of hard to get to.
We don't know where the
Halfway
airship
there.
is.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I turn to Mel's dad and I say, do you know what kind of key is in the city of the dog people?
I've never been there, so I don't know. I just know it's there.
which is how we were able to figure out where this place was. We had found an ancient poem that described the distance to the cities between the two towns, and
Couldn't they just use numbers?
well, they did, but the numbers and the direction is what it was. That's the thing. So when we approached this area, we kind of stumbled into the same slot canyon where this town was, and it happened to be in the right spot, and so we realized this was the city.
Do you remember the poem? Could we?
I don't. Your mother was the one who actually translated it. She's brilliant, you know.
I turned to Sim and he really has a thing for Vale's mom, huh?
Yeah, right?
Well, we've never met Vale's mom.
Do you think she's hot?
Think Vale's mom's got it going on?
We'll see.
Yes, she does. I can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
But that's not
Continue
really
talking.
important.
And she was as beautiful as the radiant sun every morning.
Aw, that's nice.
Does that mean
Oh.
that she would kill you now?
She was really mean.
Do we really need to taunt the poor man?
Yes.
She will.
Look, if we set the dial to 4, we can also check to see maybe he's under some undue influence, and if that's broken temporarily, we can get a straight answer out of him.
He seems to be giving pretty straight answers already.
I mean, somebody under the influence would seem like that.
No, they wouldn't be because they'd be under an influence.
And with
I mean,
that,
we can try.
we're going to pause, and when we catch up next week, we're going to find out what the party decides to do next. And Vale is already broadcasting, we're going to go to setting 4, and we're going to watch chaos happen. Outside of that, thank you so much this week in chat. I really appreciated everybody's commentary. And we will see you guys next week. But before we go, Luciano, can you give a quick thank you to Shard Tabletop?
Can I? Oh, I've been waiting.
Tell them why.
Yeah, Shard Tabletop, if you don't know, is what we've been using for our maps, for our dice rolls, for our spells, for our inventories, and for our character sheets. They are the best option for all of your 5e needs, and maybe other tabletops. I'm not sure outside of 5e, but for 5e, phenomenal. You can make characters. You can use maps. You can, like I said, shared inventory, customizable spells. I have a tattoo in there that wasn't in there before, but our tech goblin was able to put it in there. It's great. Everything you need all in one convenient package. And, you know, we love it so much and we wanted to share the love. So we got you a fun little code you can use at checkout, which is TGT Shard 20. Again, TGT Shard 20. That'll get you 20% off all subscriptions at checkout. 20%. So go ahead, check out some stuff, level up your game, and then come back and thank us for the amazing code.
All right, guys. See you guys next week on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction.
Ooh.